Hello. All right, for those of you watching this live, we're gonna need a foam roller, some dumbbells, and a mat. And if you don't have some kind of step or thing to prop your feet up onto, try to find something like that too. Foam roller, mat, step. Okay. Instead of my banner back here, I'm doing something a little different today. Just got some images in the background, some changing stuff, so we'll see how that goes. All right, I'll try to give modifications on all this stuff today too. So it's been a little while since I've posted a Friday workout. I've done a lot of camping. We've been getting our house prepped and ready to sell, and we've already got an offer, so that's good. We've accepted, we're under contract, and we are moving into a new house middle of June. So that's all big, exciting news. Also, gyms are starting to open back up, so I may not be doing these too much longer. It just depends on my availability to put these online. So I know several people still want to continue working out online, and that's totally fine. I'll accommodate as we need. So let's see if the gym situation ends up like shutting back down or something, I'll start posting more of these videos. Today's going to be a variety. So we've got dumbbells, a foam roller, a mat, and some body weight exercises here for you as well. All right, so let's get to the warm up. I'm gonna start you off with, how about a variety of jumping jacks? So instead of jumping jacks, let's go for those ski jumpers. So we're basically just switching back and forth. And take them nice and slow. Get a little bend to your knees. Pump your arms. If you need a modification here, just step, step, step. So try to keep going as best you can. If you want to throw maybe some punches instead, that's okay. So from the front. Just going to jog it in place for a little. We got a little side hop. We will be doing a little bit of jumping today. So this will get you prepped for that. Back to your jog. Let's do butt kicks. High knees. All right, swing your arms in and out. So yeah, that's exciting news. Gyms are opening. Be able to give you some more equipment than what you've been doing the past couple months. Reach over, at least in Nevada they're opening. I don't know what your state's doing, if you guys are elsewhere. Yeah. We do have some guidelines of being at 50% capacity. Staff's gotta wear masks. Let's reach to your toes. Hold down here for a second or two. Squat. Hands up. Stand. But I'm looking forward to getting back to some weightlifting. And we've done a pretty good job at modifying here. You know, making use of body weight stuff, some lighter dumbbells, homemade equipment. This gives me a good little crack to my back. I'm gonna start with one foot straightening up onto something elevated. I'm gonna drive forward into that and then rotate towards that leg. And this one seems to loosen up my low back, hips, and SI joint area. Let's do one more on each side. And the other. Give me some backstroke. And Monday was such a killer workout. I am still a little bit sore from Monday's workout. So that's one of those scenarios where it was probably a little bit too much. If you're sore for 4 days in a row, that's a little too much overload. Soreness for a couple days is okay. 1 to 2, probably optimal. And by that third day, you should definitely be starting to recover or be all the way recovered. All right. So, recover or be all the way recovered. All right. So, today, I'm going to start you out with a split squat. Some people call these Bulgarian split squats or a Bulgarian lunge. I'm going to start with 1 foot up, elevated, and it can be a little bit lower than this. This is a bit high, so feel free to use something a little bit lower. But the goal here is to take most of our load on our leg that's out in front of us. Back leg takes a little bit, but it's mainly there just to stabilize and support you. So let's get our balance. If you need to hold something for balance, I've got, for example, a foam roller. That would be a great brace if you're looking for something there. And we're slowly going to lower. See if you can tap all the way to the floor with your knee. I'm going to move some weights. But we're still keeping tension in this leg. So even though I'm down on the floor, most of that weight's over here in this foot. So let's go and get ready. 1 foot up, balanced and supported. Slowly lower, and then drive back up to the top. Let's go for 12. 2. Try to use that just for balance. I'm not actually pulling myself up there. 4. 5. Watch out, Max. 6. Don't squish your cat. 7. I did that on Monday. I didn't see him behind me. And I stepped on him when I was doing some jumping jacks. He did not like it. And there's my 12. Nice job. So what I find is, if I've got my right leg balanced or doing that work out in front of me, I'm going to use my left hand as a balance point. So we've got more of a kind of diagonal balance point here. Or if we looked at all 3 balance points, I've got wide, wide, and then kind of back to the center behind me. All right, so get your balance. This leg's got light pressure. Most of that weight's in the other. Let's go for 12 more. Tap the floor. 1, 2. If this one's a bit tough for you, limit your depth. So even just to there we work. 3, 4. If you can get your full range, go for it. 6, 7. Let's hit 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, and there's my 12. Good. All right, after those, let's go for curls and shoulder presses. So I've got some 20-pounders, and first set of curls, I'm going to supinate, palms facing forward. Ready? Pull up. Let's see if we can get to 15 repetitions. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice work. 8. These weights are a little bit wide, so I'm going to flare my elbows just a little. But try to keep them tucked in as best you can. 11, 12. 3 more. 13, 14, and 15. That got me the good little burn. All right, I'm going to kneel where you can see me, and I'm going to go for a shoulder press. So first one, I'm going to have my arms out to the side and my palms facing forward on this one. And if I'm looking at the depth of my hands, I want to try to get to chin height here. So from this position, all the way up, and then back down with control. Another thing to focus on is keeping your stomach tight. So if I look at you from the side, I don't want to see you arching this way in order to do this press. Because what that's doing is recruiting your chest muscles by leaning back and pushing kind of a horizontal way out in front of you. So in order to focus on the shoulders or the delts, we need to stay in that upright position with a tight locked-in core. Ready? Push. 1. Your body's going to want to lean backwards to fight that urge. 3, 4. Try to give you a nice full extension up top. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. Can you make it? 5, 4, 3, 2. Nice job. Good. All right. So hopefully you get a little burned by those 15. And let's go through another round on all 3 of those exercises. Find your balance point. Let's start off with your right leg out in front, your left leg behind you. My left hand is balancing with the roller. Most of the weight's up here in the front leg. And I want to continue to keep that weight in there, even at the bottom, if I can touch my knee. 1. Smooth, steady motion both ways. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see if we can hit 4 more there. 4, 3, 2, and you got it. All right, take a little breather between. Let's try the same thing with our other foot out front. All right, 12 to match, ready? Notice one thing that I'm hopping out to where when I go down into the bottom of this one, my knee's not really too far past my toe. It's okay to have it in line with, if you drew a line up from the front of your toe, just for a reference, I'm gonna put my foam roller here. So it's right at the tip of my toe, and you can use that as a guide of how far your knee should not go past. So that's a good placement right there. And I'm gonna keep it there for the next few reps. 2. So if I were to go without that balance point, 3, 4. If I drove too far forward, 5, I would knock that thing over. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, went a little far forward, 11, one more, and 12. That keeps you honest there. All right, let's go back to curls. Second round, I'm gonna do a rotation on this one. So my palms are gonna start by facing in, and as I curl, I rotate to the palms facing in towards my shoulder, up towards my shoulders. So from the bottom, we're here, and then rotating to there. So just 90 degrees of rotation. And with this one, I should be able to keep my elbows just a little more tucked to my torso. Ready? Rotate, and then slowly control down. 2. From a side view, keep those elbows underneath your shoulders. 3, don't let your body bring them out here in front. 4, because then you're working your front delts. 5, 6. So we're trying to focus on isolating those biceps as best we can. 8, gonna get you those good looking arms. 9, 10 in, keep rolling. 5 more if you can make it. 5, 4, 3, 2, should be a little tough here at the end to control on the lower. Got it. All right, I'm gonna shake my arms out just for a second, get rid of my little lactic acid burn. Should take, 15, 20 seconds to diminish. Sometimes you can rub those muscles, get some blood pushed through there. That could help you. Your muscles naturally get a little bit of a pump. And what that means is, as you work out, is that the muscles get filled with blood, and it kind of gets trapped in there in your vascular system. It makes it look bigger and almost swollen up. All right, so let's go back to shoulder presses. Remember to keep your stomach in tight. This round, I'm gonna rotate in here. So I'm working a little bit more with the front of my shoulders on this one. Elbows are a little more in front. So the first one, we're here. Let's bring them in a bit and then push overhead. This should be a little bit easier or a little bit more neutral on your shoulders. 2, 3. If you ever find yourself doing a shoulder press, 4, and something doesn't feel right or feels pinchy, rotate those elbows in just a little. That should take some of that pinch or discomfort out. Where are we at? 7, let's call that 8, 9, stomach locked in, 10, keep on going, 11, 12, 13, keep it stretched, 2 more, 14, and there's my 15, good. All right, so let's use your foam roller. Let me demonstrate what we're doing on the next few. I'll bring my camera down a bit. Okay, so we're doing a foam roller push-up, and I'm gonna alternate which hand this is underneath. So let's start with it under one side, just for a demonstration here. I'm gonna go up on my feet. If you need to modify, go from your knees. I'm doing a push-up here, and then I'm rolling that roller over and doing the same thing there. The challenge is that this is an unstable surface, so that's gonna require a lot of activation in and around this shoulder joint here. So you should feel that this is a little bit more challenging than just a regular push-up on the ground. All right, so if you need to modify from the knees, wherever you're ready, set, push up, and switch. 2, 3, let's go for maybe 14 or 16 reps. 4, 5, 6. If you have a medicine ball, that would be a good substitute here. 7, 8, 9, 10 in. Let's go 4 more. 4, core locked in so your back's not dropping down. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, we are going into a single leg bridge from the roller. So if you need a modification here, use both legs. That'll decrease your intensity a bit. And I want to start in pretty close to the roller. So if you grab a seat, let's just maybe slide that roller underneath your knees. I'm going to put one foot on top of the roller. So I want the arch of my foot right there on top of it. So notice again, we've got an unstable surface, which is going to require more stabilization through my joints here, my ankle, my knee, and my hip. Other leg should be up out of the way. You can keep it bent as long as you're not swinging this direction. So just for a good reference point, let's put your toe towards the spot on the ceiling. Hands can be here for a little support. And we're driving straight up and then back down. At the bottom, I'm just touching and then driving back up. So no rest. Ready? And drive. 1, 2. You should feel your hamstring engage quite a bit. 3. In order to keep that roller in place. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How about 3 more? Then one switch. 3, 2, and 1. Good. One thing you saw me do there was shift that weight from my arch a little bit more to the heel. And what that does is, as I shift that weight backwards, it translates to the muscles in the back of my leg working a little bit more than on the top. If I put pressure more on my toe, I might feel the quads up here working a little bit more. All right, ready? Get your position and drive. Control on the lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice I'm pointing just straight towards the ceiling with the other leg. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 11. And there we go. There's our 12. All right. After that, what do we got written down for you? Opposite hand and toe pike. Let's get that roller out of the way. All right, so the opposite hand and toe pike is going to be, I'm going to start off with my left knee bent, right leg straight. Left hand up, right hand down. So basically I've got the opposite corners kind of tucked in, and the opposite corners over here extended out. I'm trying to use a little assistance or balance with my hand over here, and I'm lifting as high as I can towards my toes up at the center. So let's go for about 10 one way, then we'll switch directions. Ready? Up. And then you really want to control that lower phase. 2. I'll challenge you, 3, to keep your low back in contact with the floor, even as you lower everything down to the ground. 5, 6, really lift that upper body up high. 7, see if you can get all the way up to your elbow. 8, 9, 1 more. And there's our 10. Switch legs and arms. 3, 2, 1. Up. 1, 2. Let's see if you can make that same 10. 3, 4, 5. Low back stays in contact even at the bottom. 6. Reach up high with that upper body. 7, 8, 9. 1 more. And there's our 10. Good. Now let's go back into our push-ups. Let's keep things moving along. All right. So we've got a foam roller again. Let's start with it under one hand. If you need a medicine ball to modify, that's okay. Or if that's too challenging for you, just go to a regular modified push-up here. All right, let's see if we can match 14 repetitions. Core locked in tight. Lower down, up, roll. Down, up, roll. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to minimize any wiggling. 7, with your torso or hips. 8, keep it all locked in place. 9, 10, 4 more. 4, 3, 2, Got him. There we go. There's all 14. All right, for those of you who felt like the single leg bridge is a little too challenging, I'm going to do a double leg on this one the second time through. So start with it underneath your knees. We're going to lay back, use your hands for a little bit of support here. Both heels or the back of that arch on the roller. We should feel the back of the legs, your hamstrings, really engaging to keep that roller from pushing away. Ready? We're going to drive up for 20 straight through. 1, 2. Remember, we're not resting at the bottom. We're just doing a light touch and then back up top with control both directions. 7, 8, 9, 10 in. Let's go 10 more. If you're working on single legs, I switched it 12 on the previous round. We're at 15 there, 5 more. 5, 4, 3. Hamstrings, glutes, low back, all working for you. And you got it. If you need a little stretch, this is one where your hamstrings can cramp. Some people aren't used to using those to constantly stabilize, so that muscle will seize up on you. This is the stretch here that kind of combat that. Stretching those back of the legs. All right. Okay, get that roller out of the way. We're going to our backs and one more time on the hand to opposite toe pike. So let's start left arm to right toe. Ready, set, go. Try to get all the way up to that elbow if you can. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more, then get a little break. 9, and 10. Nice job. All right, let's give it about 10, 15 seconds. Get a little recovery. Sometimes that 10 to 15 seconds can make a big difference in the amount of repetitions that you can achieve. All right, let's straighten your left leg. Right arm up overhead. 3, 2, 1. Try to keep your back against the floor, even at the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See if you can touch your toe. 7, 8, 9, and there's our 10. Nice work. Okay. We're going to bring it back up to your feet. All right, this is one where if your agility isn't great or you don't have very good control when you jump, I'm going to encourage you to pretend like you've got a foam roller. If you feel comfortable doing it with the roller, let's use it. Just make sure, because we're going to be jumping over the top of this thing, that you don't ever land on the roller. Because that's going to end up with you being hurt, and you're not going to have a good time. All right, so level 1 is just hopping over with both feet. All the way over. Try to catch yourself with a little bit of a squat, and then we're going back over to the other side. So we jump over, catch a little squat, and then right from one end to the next. That's level 1. Level 2 is going to be a single leg. So from here, we hop over and same thing. We catch with a little bit of a squat, and we go back over with a little squat. That's level 2. So let's choose whichever you want to do. If we're doing level 1, let's go for 20 total, over, back, over, back. If we're doing level 2, let's go for 10 per side. That way we still get the same number of jumps, but it just becomes a little harder for each. So I'm going to go level 2 with a single leg. Over and back is 1 count. Ready? And over and back. 1. Over, back, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm counting each individual one. 6. So I need to go to 20 total to get that 10 over and back. 9, 10. Ooh, got it close. 11, which means I need to get up a little higher. 12, give myself a little more room. 13, 14, 15, 16. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and you got it. Our leg muscles should be burning. Calf, quad, hip. Those peroneals, the ones on the side here. All right. A little breather. We'll do the same count with the other. All right, remember to get up high. Give yourself plenty of room on either side. Set and jump. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Halfway, 10 more. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. So remember, if you need to modify, make an imaginary line, or find a crease in the floor, and you just do little bitty hops side to side there. All right. So after that one, let's go. What do we got? Let's lay the foam roller down, and we're doing a chest fly. So let's say I'm observing you from above. Our chest fly needs to start above your chest. I've noticed a lot of people will want to try to get those weights above their head or eyes, which could be a little too stressful on the shoulders. So if we bring it down a bit here, that's going to put that emphasis on our bigger chest muscles, which is safer. So from the front, I've got a little bend to my elbows. Notice just a little bit of flex, not much. I'm going to keep that same flex to my elbows all the way down and back up. So really the only thing here that's moving is this shoulder joint on either side. Our elbow stays fixed in place and it doesn't increase or decrease the flexion. So let's go down to the floor and we're working on those chest flies. Let's see if we can handle 15. Okay, laying back and make sure your head is supported. All right. Engage your core so there's not a big gap under your low back. Got a little bend to each elbow. Out to where you feel the stretch. And squeeze back in. Stretch and back in. If you can get to the floor with your elbows, those should hit before your hands. Your hands should never touch the ground on this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see if we can make it to 15 again like we've been doing. 9, 10. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Got him. All right, nice job. All right, after those, we're doing a single leg drop from the roller. Here's the challenge. It's balance. So what we're gonna do is you use your hands for assistance. I'm gonna start by laying back again, kind of like in that position we were. I want you to use just one hand on either side. We're starting with your feet up in the air. And we're trying to lower and tap your foot to the floor before pulling it. If that's too challenging, we're gonna start with bent knees and we'll just lower here and then pull back in. So a few things I wanna keep in mind are I wanna keep my low back in contact with that roller, even as I lower my leg. So I'm gonna go from here where you can see me from the side. And these need to be slow and steady. Try to put light pressure in your hands. If you need to, on this one, get your elbows on the floor. That's gonna really stabilize you a lot more. All right, we're up top, one leg down, and back up. Notice I'm really engaged through my core right here. Let's see if I can do that with one hand. Nope. 3, 4, 5, 6. You should be feeling a hamstring stretch at the top of each rep. 9, 10, halfway there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're almost there. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Nice job. All right, looking good, guys. So let's go back over to the jump overs. I'm going to go to both legs working in harmony. And again, if you need to pretend like that roller's down there, do that for safety. Err on the side of caution. All right. So over and back for a 20 count with both feet together. Remember to catch yourself in a squat and give it enough buffer on each side where you're not hitting the roller. Okay. One. I'm gonna count. Two. If you're doing singles, switch it halfway. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Halfway, 10 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Got him. Nice job. Whew. All right. I'm going down to the floor, working on those chest flies. All right. I was just at the bicycle shop getting some repairs on my bike, and they were talking about their financials. So with all the gyms being shut down, this particular shop said they usually do somewhere around 60 to 80,000 in sales and labor costs. And this month they did 148,000. The gyms aren't open, so the people are riding their bikes, getting their equipment fixed up. They've been crushing it. All right. All right. So spine along the roller, little bend to those elbows. All right, core locked in place, nice and wide. 1. If you want to challenge yourself here, bring your feet closer together. 2. That's going to make that less stable on the roller. 3, 4, 5. Nice job. 6. Slow and steady. The key is control. 7, 8, 9, 10. How about 5 more? 5, 4, 3, 2. Man, got him. Nice job. All right. Let's go back to those single leg drops with balance, being balanced on the roller. All right. So challenge yourself a little bit with how little assistance you can give yourself. Light touch, but if you do need, elbows can go down on the floor, forearms, and you can really just use those shoulders and arms to stabilize you quite a bit. So remember, modification if you need, if it's too tough on your back, is going to be bent knees. Doing that march, that's level 1, so just tapping the feet. Level 2 is kicking out further and bringing the bent knee back up. Level 3 is straight legs. I'm going to go with level 3. Ready? I want you to try to exhale on the lower. This is kind of opposite of most exercises we do. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The purpose of doing that is to help stabilize the back. 8. And really squeeze in on a muscle called your TVA. That's your transverse abdominis. That's one of those muscles deep down, it's your deepest core muscle that surrounds your body and acts as a stabilizer for your core, your rib cage, your backbone. I think I'm on 17, 3 more. 18, exhale, 19, and 20, good. So somebody who's got really good core stability has a very strong TVA and it's able to perform a lot of work to keep them stable. All right, so that's where I'm gonna start wrapping things up today, just keeping it short and simple. I would encourage you to perform a few stretches on your own. I'm not gonna do those with you today, I'll leave those to you. But like I said, I'm just going to refresh on gyms are opening. I may not be putting many uploads up here. And if I do, they could be at different times. So what I may do, for those of you who are interested in still doing these, please send me some kind of email or text or communicate through Instagram, whatever means that you have of connecting to me. Just let me know if you'd still like to continue these things. So I'm going to quickly put over in the comments for if anybody's watching this one. Let's see. Email kshade04 at Gmail. I'm not going to say my phone number live on this, but Instagram, if you're looking for that, it should be Shady04. Find that for you real quick. All right. So it should be underscore Shady04 underscore. So underscore, let's say Instagram Shady04. And then for those of you who've got my personal contact information, you can go that way too. I'd like to still put up 1 or 2 a week. But yeah, if everybody's getting back in the gyms, they don't need it. We don't need it. So I'll stay in touch, and I'll plan on doing another one of these next Monday and Wednesday, and we'll see where it goes from there. Thanks for tuning in, or thanks for watching later. And remember to like and subscribe. And if you've got other friends who are looking for some stuff like this, send them a link to my channel, and that'd make me happy. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good day and good weekend.